Good morning, students. Today we are going to study your geography topic, maps. A map is a representation or a drawing of Earth's surface or a part of it drawn or printed on a flat surface according to a map. So what is a map? It is a representation or a drawing of Earth's surface. There are basically three types of map, children. First is physical map. Physical map shows us the natural features or the physical features of a particular country or world or any other place. Physical features means mountains, plateaus, plains, oceans, rivers, etc. Then next type of map is political map, which tells us about the boundaries, national or international boundaries. A map showing cities, towns and villages and different countries and states of world with their boundaries are called the political map. Then third we are having thematical map. Map which are based on a particular themes which gives us any specific information. This information might be the information about the road, about the rainfall, about the coal mines, about the gold mines, about the forest, etc. So, maps which are based on a particular theme is called a thematic map. So, children, there are three types of map. Physical map, which tells us about the physical features of a country or a state or world. Then political maps, which tells us about the national or international boundaries. Then thematical map, which are completely based on a particular theme. Here you see, children, this is a physical map of India, which is telling us about the plain areas, green areas, then the mountains, rivers and all. Now this is the political map of India, which is telling us the boundaries of our different states or the boundaries of our neighboring countries. Then here this is a thematic map. Here this map is showing us the weekly rainfall in India. Okay. Then here this map is telling us about the national parks in India. All these green trees, wherever you see them, these all are the national parks of India. Okay, children. Now next, what we have read already, because we have done this chapter already in the online classes. So, the next topic what we have done is the component of map. There are basically three components of map. One is distance, then direction and symbols. When we are saying distance we always find with the help of a scale. And what is a scale? Scale indicates the relationship between a certain distance on the map and the distance actual on the ground. So what is a scale? Scale tells us the distance, the relationship between the distance on the map with the distance actual on the ground. Okay, that's a scale. How is scale shown on map? There are basically three forms by which we are showing the scale on the map. First form is as a written statement, or you can say it's a verbal map. A word statement gives a written description of the map distance, such as 1 centimeter equals to 1 kilometer. Okay. So first way of writing the scale is a written statement way, which is also known as verbal scale. Then second is as a ratio or fraction, which is also known as representative fraction scale. It indicates how many units on the Earth's surface is equals to 1 unit on the map. It can be expressed as 1:, you can see here, 100,000. Okay, this is the form of fraction. In this way also you will find your scale on the corner of your map. Then the third one is using a scale line, which is also known as linear scale or bar scale. It visually shows the relationship between the distance on the map and the real world. It is usually present on most of the maps, and it is present in the form of a scale. Using a scale line is simply a line marked with distance on the ground, which the map user can use along with a ruler to determine the scale on the map. So such kind of line is drawn on the corner of your map, which tells us that which type of scale we have used in the map. Okay, children? Then, in spite of this, we are having most of our maps are categorized in two categories. One is large scale map, another one is small scale map. Small scale map, when a large area is shown on a small map, such map is called small scale map. That means in a small map, we are showing the larger area. That's a small scale map. And large scale map means when we are showing a small area with a greater detail, that is known as a large scale map. When a small area such as a village is shown on a map, such a map is called a large scale map. Okay, so there is a difference between the small scale map and large scale map. On the small scale map, we are showing the bigger area on small map. And in a large scale map, we are showing the smaller area with the greater detail on the map. Okay. Then next component of map, we are having the direction. Children, we are having basically 4 main direction and 4 sub-directions. North, south, east and west. And sub-direction, when we are moving from north to east, in between that it's northeast direction. Then east to south, in between is southeast direction. Then south to west is southwest direction. And from west to north, between of that is northwest direction. Directions are very, very important, children. Now, how to find the direction? First, by facing the rising sun. If you are standing in front of the sun, rising sun, then in front of you it is east, then towards your back is west, and towards your left hand is north, and right hand points towards the south. Then another way of finding the direction is magnetic compass. The needle of magnetic compass always pointing towards the south direction. North-south direction. Okay. Then third is with the help of pole star. We know it very well that pole star always located above the north pole. So hence it is indicated the north direction. So on the map, directions are also very, very important, children. So basically 4 direction, and there are 4 sub-directions also there. Next component of map is the symbols. The letter, pictures, lines and colors used on the map are called the symbols. These symbols are universally used by everyone. Same symbols we are using universally. Means worldwide we are using the same symbols, and these symbols are called conventional signs and symbols. You can see here I have given you few symbols like for the fort, for the church, graveyard, mosque, temple, post office, then railway stations, metal road. These all the symbols we are using on the map. And Throughout the world, these symbols are used same. People are using the same symbols. According to the international agreement, symbols follow as common color code also. We cannot change even their color code. Okay. For example, like blue is used for representing the water bodies. Tree, woods, orchards and shrubs are usually colored green. Brown for mountains, green for plains, yellow for plateaus, red is used for important roads. So these symbols, these colors we are using same all around the world, and they are called conventional signs and symbols. Next we are having sketch and plan. What is a sketch, children? A sketch is a freehand drawing that I have already explained you. That when your friend is asked you to show the way to your house, then usually you are drawing freehand way you are drawing and showing to your friend. That's a sketch. When we are drawing without the scale, that's a sketch. Then plan is a drawing of small area on a large scale is called a plan. That means plan basically you see when the architects are making the house, for that they are preparing the plan. Next and the last topic we are having in our video is, and in this chapter also, globe and map. Difference between globe and map. So what is a globe? Scale model of earth that shows actual shape, size and location of the earth, land masses and water bodies. Globes tells us the actual shape and size of the earth, land masses and water bodies. But map is a flat representation. Okay. Then advantages of globe. Shape of land or water bodies are accurate on globe. Then compass directions are correct on the globe. And distance from one location to another location is accurately represented on the globe, because on the globe we are able to show the longitudes and latitudes line. Advantages of map. Can show the detail too small to be seen on a globe. That means the map can show the smaller part with the greater detail, which is not possible on a globe. On a globe, of course, in one time we are able to see the whole earth properly on globe. On the map it is not possible. But then if we talk about the advantages, on map we are having one advantage, that we are able to see the greater detail of a small area even. Flat can be easily folded and carried, because maps are flat. So we can easily fold it and carry to any place. Now disadvantages of globes. Cannot show small areas with the greater detail. Not easily folded or carried. It's very difficult to carry globe from one place to another place. Then for the map, disadvantage, size, shape and relative locations of a place may not be accurate. Distorted. Distorted means may not be correct. Okay, size, shape can be changed. We are not able to say that this is the accurate size or shape of a particular area. So this is the difference between a globe and map. So that's all for today, children. I hope those who have missed the live classes, they might have understood the chapter now well. Children, along with this video, I'm attaching one PDF also, in which you will find the question answers of your lesson, which you have to write in your class or copy. Okay, children, good day.